Hello and welcome to Feeling It in the News, episode number 148, I think. Yeah. And so we have Chadwick, PC, Ian Thunder, and Joshua Fisher. If he's going to say the N word, we'll go for it. You can say nigger all you want around here, I don't care. Hello, Mandy.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
What's up?
What's the worst thing YouTube's going to do? Get my channel with like 230 subs. Oh, wow. And hello, Aussie Dong. Hello, Peter. I mean, yeah. Manuel probably wants to get Tom Wedgie. 20-inch stone penis that may have been used for sacrificial ceremonies 3,000 years ago was discovered in Sweden. A large penis stone has been uncovered by archaeologists in Sweden who believe it may have been used to sacrifice sacrificial rituals, sacrificial fertility rituals. The impressive 21-inch stone penis was discovered.
Hello.
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 Hello. You got a phone call. All I gotta say is to make that stone must have been some hard work. Too soon?
It was originally thought to be a Bronze Age grave, but has now been linked to a fertility cult. It doesn't even really look that much like a penis, does it?
Sorta, kinda.
It looks like a
And
choke.
that could have been anything.
Well, you gotta think it's probably been worn down a bit.
Yeah, it is over 3,000 years old, so yeah. Yeah, well, it took you 3 minutes for the first dad joke today. That's a new record.
Hey, it's rock hard just for you, baby. Anyway.
Archaeologist Zila Angvi told the local newspaper it's a distinct phallus shape. Though I came across it like on it can't be true. I showed the pictures to my colleagues, and there is no discussion. It is very a very penis-like shape. Yeah, the fire inside the back of a firefighter. You posts. Hello, Angel Drake.
Hello, gorgeous.
No human bones were found, leading to them to discard their original theory of a graveyard, but evidence shows that animals may have been slaughtered as part of their fertility ritual. Researchers believe the sacrifice site was from the later part of the Bronze Age between 15,000 and 500 BC. You hear the stream in the background?
Under?
No.
I think it stopped now anyway. Gazella said, I believe the connection with the erection is used to offer sacrifices, for example, within the framework of a fertility cult. Remarkably, the archaeologists believe the stone may have had its shape naturally before it was refined. So, yeah. Apparently, Mandy likes to polish turds. Fair enough, I guess we all have to have our kinks.
I mean, I think Mythbusters did that. It's technically possible, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it either. Seems stupid to me. What did they do? Let's see the articles load. This thing is slow. I should really have defined this process by now, but life. Bundling delivery driver leaves online shopper's Sports Direct package hidden under doormat and claims it's a secure location. An online shopper has been shocked by delivery driver's hopeless attempt to hide their bulky parcel under a doormat. The woman 28 was told her Sports Direct package had been stored in a secure location, but the bundling courier had just left it under the mat outside her flat in Liverpool. Yeah, it's a bit lazy.
I've seen one worse. Someone got like a long package and the dude put it just underneath it. It's one of those lever handles so the people can't get out of the house.
I've seen them left in like recycling bins and stuff before, but like never just literally under the fucking doormat. Bizarre images show the sizable package was clearly visible as it created a large lump in the mat. Honestly, lazy as fuck, that's all I can say. Hello, Debbie, thanks. Dear recipient, we have left your package in a secure location. The woman who asked not to be named said, the service was a little more Royal Mail than Royal Mail, even if it was delivered by Hermes. I'd come home from the pub and spotted the parcel at first, and thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but no, the courier really did apparently. But they really did think hiding the package under the mat like that. I mean, clearly videos visible to anyone wondering parcel was acceptable. Hello, TC. Pretty sure you were here earlier, weren't you, TC? Yeah, you were. Perfect hiding spot. I keep all my expensive jewelry under the doormat. See, you shouldn't tell people these things, Mandy. If they ever go to your house, they know exactly where to steal from now. At the time, I laughed at myself, but the next day I was quite annoyed. Anyone in the building could have spotted it. You mean stole it? I mean, it's fucking Liverpool. TC was watching a Brexit video. I've heard bizarre tales about couriers before, but this really was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, the only people that would enjoy these puns are Peter and Cryptic. And even then, I don't even think Cryptic's puns are this bad. We need to take my leg and spread them over a running bandsaw and pull them until I do the splits. Okay, good luck with that, Cryptic. Yeah, the shopper who works in the media has not made a formal complaint to Hermes, but shared the images on social media. She added the worst thing was the reason why the parcel was so bulky. It was because Sports Direct had given me a free giant mug with my order. If he saw it enough, we can strip to the floor of his tape. I didn't even know. I didn't even want the mug, so clearly it was me who got mugged off in the end. More fucking terrible puns. Spokesperson for Hermes says we apologize for the inconvenience. We will speak to the courier to ensure this does not happen again. I'm sure it will. Probably just the person being so fucking lazy they just couldn't be asked to actually take it back to the fucking post, take it back to the depot or anything. Lazy cubs.
Anytime we get a package, it's just straight up left on the front porch. Or not, well, technically it's the back porch.
Yeah, like I said, I've had them hidden in like a fucking
Oh, there was
before, but never this bad.
one time that someone did put like a package on the front steps, which we don't use that door, so I think it was like 2 days before we found it.
Hello, Red Feather. Cryptic was asking Scully to drink his milk yesterday. Drink the milk, Scott. No. No, Cryptic, I'm not going to drink your milk. Unless you pay me a lot of money. In which case, I may consider it depending on the price. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fucking hell. So this seems this time for some more serious news now. A lot of money over $10. No, that's not a lot of money. 4 friends who battered teen and posh officer at Turf War walk free because they couldn't cope in prison. Justice system is fantastic, isn't it? 4 young thugs who battered a teenager and made a posh Turf War have been spared jail because their lawyers told the judge they wouldn't cope in prison. Okay.
That's kind of the point.
Exactly.
Have they ever heard of the phrase, don't do the crime if you can't do the time? They did the crime, now they need to do the time.
This is probably just because they're posh, that's why.
I'll say prison's not exactly supposed to be a holiday.
Yeah, prison's supposed to be shit for a reason. To give you an incentive not to want to go back to prison. I'll give you £10.50 for the milk. No, that's not enough. Kieran Clifton, 19, dragged the 17-year-old victim out of his car in March of last year. Before dog cronies, C. Smith, 18, Daniel Clifton, 22, and John attacked him while screaming, "You're going to be unrecognizable after this. Do you want me to stab you?" Prisoners seem to get treated better than old folks in homes these days. Yeah, some of them.
I say we just do away with prisons and start with the executions.
Sadly, I do have to point out, Ozzy Tom is right. Prisoners prisoners do seem to be treated better than what the old folks do in the retirement home.
Yeah, you could even milk me for the milk skull. Yo, that's pretty good. Never mind that one. Cryptic, you're the one that said it. Can't take that back now.
Hey, Green.
Yeah.
I know the inmates get treated better. See, the Supreme Court says you can't force a man to work. Well, it used to be when you went to prison, you worked. They put you on a farm, and you worked every day.
You're supposed to be paying a debt to society, and you're not allowed to work it.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't they say I assume you just refused to work. You probably just got put in the hole or something, didn't you?
Yeah. Now all they do is lay around. They ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah, I think they can get jobs, or if they want to get jobs.
Yep.
Those who shit pay for it, but it's still a job technically.
The one I worked at back in the 40s and 50s they had a cannery there. They raised enough green beans, corn, butter beans, black-eyed peas, enough to furnish canned stuff to half of the state prison system. The one across the river supplied the milk. So now they don't do nothing. They buy everything.
No, they don't clean up trash anymore. It's all the Fire Island getting pipe. And finally, Cryptic compete in competition. Competition with what though? That's the thing. Who's the gayest? That we in competition with. Yeah, the 4 year olds from Oxfordshire arrived in court. And smart. Sheraton listened to their lawyers. Listened as their lawyers battled to keep them out of jail. The victim was not even known to his attackers, but they recognized him as being part of the time law. And they were told that he was due on their. He was told that he was due to arrive on their tour for the co-op in up Wadlington. Christ, Wadlington. Fucking sounds way too posh. And the court was told Clifton had believed he was in a 4-year relationship with his first proper girlfriend and had been broken up because of the victim. He rushed to the suspected love rival's car as it rolled into the co-op car park and screamed, "Get the fuck out of my car. I'm going to smash your head in." Jane Brady defending Clifton, who led the someone admitted a charge of causing actual bodily harm. Said it is fair to say he is absolutely terrified of going inside. His mother would have concern about her son's ability to cope in such an environment. Well, tough fucking shit. He shouldn't have committed the crime then, should he? So as I'm concerned, I'm secure enough in my sexuality to go as far as I need to win. I'm getting really sure not staying in the closet anymore. Yeah, full of the Sass working the YouTube chat. So the court decided the prisoners working to reduce their sentences was a bad idea. If it isn't gay, I can handle the milkman first and pass it to me. No. Judge Nigel Daly told the other 3 men, who all admitted after he had no previous convictions, and the defense lawyers gave a litany of examples where they showed their clients and tried to amend their ways since the attack. No tough shit, they still attacked them on. Sean Smith, defending Clifford, claimed his client had a substance abuse problem and was spending £400 a week on cocaine and cannabis. But Clifford for the previous 2 weeks before the sentencing. The defense team for Campbell, who was convicted of assaulting 2 and police officers later the same night, asked Judge Daly not to impose a rehabilitation requirement, saying he feels rehabilitated already. Oh, fuck off. How much did they bribe these judges? That's what I want to know. This is just ridiculous. Kelly Enner, representing Smith, said this is a young man who, about looking back on that night, absolutely regrets the decision. Was that ridiculous and what unfolded? Again, not a fucking excuse. He was dragged from the car and kicked. The judge told group in Oxford Crown Court this is a group incident on a single man who was totally unable to protect himself. He was dragged from his car, kicked, punched, and suffered several significant injuries, bruising, damage to his teeth, and needed to be on crutches for a week. For some reason, this young man was deliberately targeted, perhaps because he came from town. A new firm came from Wadlington, and there was some bad blood between the 2 factions. Got heard the 4 youth down a metro-based place of the Foxbox pub in Watlington, Oxford, before the attack in March last year. So basically, just blame it on alcohol there. And no, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I'd still rather not, Mandy. Still rather not. Judge Daly said to Clifton, "You accepted being significantly involved in violence. You played a leading role in what went on. You have not accepted that you have any issues with drinking. Drinking, in my view, played a significant part. Drinking Coca-Cola and Amaretto buys you enough sick. Can anyone tell me what fucking Amaretto even is? It's like some really posh, expensive drink that probably tastes horrible. I hear man milk is a natural antidepressant. Are you trying to claim I'm depressed, Red Feather? The judge sentence Clifton into a 12-month jail term, suspended for 15 months with a 15-day rehabilitation requirement. An unpaid work of 160 hours in order to pay £750 in compensation. Oh, Streamlabs. Let's see what I have to sing then. Right. I'm intrigued now. I'm really intrigued. Well, no, it's just what I want to hear. It's what I hear. Honestly, Scully gets paid by the work. Yes. Okay, fuck's sake, Cryptic. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £3. I opinionated Scotsman love Cryptic's man milk. There we are. Thank you, Cryptic. Well, you know, just so you know, Peter, I might just clip that myself and just play it.
23 minutes.
Yeah. Clifford and Campbell, who lived on a farm in Radnage, were both handed suspended sentences of 12 months with a 10-day rehabilitation requirement. And having to pay 120 unpaid work, and that was unpaid work, and £750 compensation. Well, why was their punishment less than the other guys was? If they're both involved in the same thing, why they're not getting the same punishment? I don't understand that. I don't know. Would that annoy me? I would still clip it myself. Now, Peter, what you forget is this. If it loads. Come on.
Opinionated Scotsman is my favourite YouTuber of all time. Opinionated Scotsman is my favourite YouTuber of all time.
Yeah. You get that one, Peter, don't you? Yeah. And I assume Green Thunder's still here as well.
Do I get the option of just lay there doing nothing while I let the guy finish in me? I would love to be a prostitute like that.
That's a good one, Scotty.
You know, I should probably keep my mouth shut more on these screens.
You think?
Or think about something before you say it, especially with this crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Streamlabs again. Let's see what we have to say now then. More stuff Pete's never going to clip. That's what it's going to be. Thank you again, Cryptic, for the £3. He says, I opinionated Scotsman love to touch foreskins. Hey, thank you very much, Cryptic. I like to touch my own foreskin, not other people's.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm also not about to whinge about people clipping me. I say fucked up shit for free. Okay. No, the clip war already started ages ago, Red Feather. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember the Carson King thing a few days ago. Yeah. A reporter who exposed Carson King's racist tweets no longer at the paper. So they just went in. The college kids raised millions for charity by holding up a UPN sign on ESPN asking for beer. A reporter exposed the guy had posted racist tweets. Now the reporter has been fired for his own racist past tweets. See, this is true. This is just irony, isn't it?
It is.
I have absolutely
It is,
no.
and it definitely it shows that none of these people can even grow the hell up, really.
No. Yeah, you
I
should
think
always
I'm
put
on.
together. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna hold up one that says need money for bait. See what happens.
Yep.
When you go to like NASCAR or something.
No,
bait for fishing.
No, yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
when you go to like NASCAR or something, like an event.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
oh, Shane Labs again.
Because Crappy here, he loves to fish. He's an excellent baiter. One might say he's a master baiter. There's your date. There's your dad joke for today. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Trucker speaking for himself and blaming it on me.
Yeah, nice try. I'm not going to say anything that can get clipped. That ball's already been started rolling on this stream.
Yeah, you should put all the clips together. It's like a fucked up conversation. So really, Red Fed is no different than any other conversations we have on here.
Yeah, true.
That is true.
Okay, thank you, Cryptic, for the £3. I opinionated Scotsman touch Bill testicles with lips. I love them. Sorry, I fucked that one up. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £3. I opinionated Scotsman touch Bill testicles with my lips. My lovely lips. Okay, thank you, Cryptic. Who the hell is Carson King? Well, Carson King was the guy who raised money for the hospital, and then because he posted some like racist tweets years ago, he ended up losing his. Basically, they cut his funding because of that. And
it all started with him. It all started with him begging money for beer. He was actually sitting there holding up a sign saying something like "Need money for Busch Light supply" or something, and it actually became viral to the point where he raised over $1 million. So he said, "Listen, everybody, I'm not going to spend this. I'm not going to spend this money on beer. I can't keep it, so I'm going to donate it to the local children's hospital near me." So everybody showed up and donated more.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, the reporter is now no longer working for what's its face.
Yeah, that's the story we're reading right now. And a reporter who exposed racist tweets no longer at the paper after readers reveal his offensive tweets. I guess you read what you saw. Yeah, the Des Moines Register reporter who exposed the man's racist tweets from 2012 is no longer at the publication after readers revealed his own controversial social media post. We took the appropriate action because there's nothing more important than journalism having the readers' trust. Executive editor Carol Hunter said in an opinion piece responding to an outrage to the original story. It's unclear if the reporter was fired or quit. I'm going to assume he was fired. Aaron Calvin, a reporter for the Register, worked on a profile on Carson King, a 24-year-old man who raised more than $1 million for Iowa Children's Hospital after a request for beer money during a televised college football game. And so on Tuesday, after Calvin discovered racist tweets King posted 7 years ago. Videos surfaced on Calvin's social media that included derogatory language against black people, gay people, same-sex marriage, women, and women. He was fired because racist tweets from years ago. It's all retarded. Yeah, he's kind of retarded, but at the same time, he was the reason he was the reason that this hospital didn't get any money because this other guy did the same thing. So it's kind of reaping what you sow. So I have absolutely no sympathy at all. None whatsoever.
Well, to be fair, the hospital still got the money. It just Anheuser-Busch didn't match the donations like they said they were going to now.
You know, still less money got given though.
Yeah, the money he raised himself. Yeah.
We're revising our policies and practices, including those that did not uncover our own reporters' past inappropriate behavior, social media posting. The reporter is no longer with the register. Yeah, that's why I thought the majority of the money coming from Budweiser or Bush or whatever. I can't actually remember that one. One of the posts shared widely, Calvin tweeted, "I've deleted previous tweets. They're inappropriate or insensitive. I apologize for not holding myself to the same high standards as the register holds others. I mean, not holding yourself to the same standards you hold others, you hypocritical cunt." Again, I don't set these standards against other people because eventually they may be used against you one day.
Yep.
And you can't say anything about it because, well, you do the same thing to someone else. According to the published by the Washington Post. The apology for the post is no longer available online. I did apologize for my tweets and I regret them. I wouldn't punish them. I wouldn't publish them now. Yeah, but you still publish them, which for yourself was good enough for you. For the other guy, for Calvin King, or what was his name? Aaron, the fuck knows.
Aaron King.
Yeah,
no.
Remember? No, I don't care.
When I first found out this reporter's, when I first found out about this reporter doing this to this guy, I went to look up this reporter's Twitter. I found out he had blocked me. I never had nothing to do with this dude.
Oh yeah, he's one of those block balls, isn't he?
Probably.
Yeah, what else you want if you follow certain accounts? You just get blocked by this person immediately because they have blog bots. The way things are. I don't know why this journalist felt the need to do this anyway. You know the guy and haven't been there. No, he was just virtue signaling. That's what it will be.
Yeah.
That's what Tom says in the channel. Calvin, 27. Well, CNN, he was 18 and in high school when he posted the tweets. I would have never said the word out loud at any point in my life. As I never have. Referring to a racial slur, probably nigger. But then, if you tweet out, then that's not really that much different to just saying the fucking word, is it?
Chances are it actually wasn't that bad, or they would have, or if it was the worst possible word they could use, they'd be printing it all over the newspaper. He said this. But if it actually wasn't so bad, they're going to be very vague and let you come up with your own answer.
Yeah, Red Feather, just a huge story boy. In an interview with BuzzFeed on Friday, Calvin said he felt abandoned by the newspaper because he followed the standard editorial practice by conducting a social media search on the person he was writing about. Yeah, and you're slapping him for doing the same thing you did. I bet his mummy is wiping his tears since he lost his job. I'm sure Vice will hire him. Probably.
Mommy says you best go back to your paper route, boy, or you're gonna have to get out of my basement.
Remember to come home when the fucking street lights come on, though. And the event basically set my entire life on fire. While doing this profile, Calvin asked King about the comments, which included comparing black mothers to gorillas and joking about black people who were killed in the Holocaust. That's a new one. Nobody talks about black people getting killed in the Holocaust. It's usually always Jews.
I bring it up every time. Blacks, gays, and the mentally handicapped also were killed.
And
any political dissenters as well.
I always forget about them. I need to get better at that.
Media seem to think they're untouchable. So too nice, yeah. While the editors and the Register discussed whether to include them in a profile, King held a news conference to apologize for calling them postings and attempt to humor that was offensive and hurtful. Obviously, I've made mistakes in the past, everyone has. He said in the conference, I really hope people will see this at some point in my life. I'm growing, I'm caring, I'm generous. I hope that's what people focus on. Not like what they're going to focus on now is the fact that you slandered someone else for posting racist tweets years ago when you did the same thing. And you cost sick kids in hospital a lot of money. That's what you did.
But how dare you hold me up to the same standards that I hold everyone else to?
Well, that would involve not being a hypocrite.
Yeah, they don't know how to do that. They only know hypocrite.
So you said a Jade, though. Why don't we see more white dogs anymore? And exposing to how Trump Museum was effectively affected of nostalgia by and there's a racist joke to be made there, but I'm not going to make it. I don't want to go to jail. And the King came forward and admitted his old tweets. They decided to include the information at the bottom of the story for transparency on their side. Yeah, how many people actually read that, though? Because guarantee, I didn't actually see the thing, but I can guarantee what the headline would have been. It would have been something like, "Man who raises money for kids post racist tweets" or something like that. And that's what people would have seen. They would have actually read the proper article itself.
Is it surprising that these guys will take money away from kids? YouTube's done it before with crap, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was doing like a charity stream.
I don't think that was YouTube. That was the Wall Street Journal that actually started all that shit.
Yeah, either way, the guy got a bunch of like racist Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs, but
Super chats.
Yeah. So YouTube kept the money.
I think it was Ethan Ralph. I remember it. Readers quickly questioned why the Register dug so far into King's life Severson Post and when he was 16 in 2012. Hunter addressed the criticism, saying the numerous fundraising scams have recently been exposed. Yeah, even still. So yeah, the guy did stupid shit when he was young.
Don't we all?
Stupid shit when he was young. That you've learned from and later regretted. I thought when I was 16, I would quite happily go back and punch my 16-year-old self in the face. I probably would have deserved it. Not surprising at all, Green. These people don't honestly care about Stead because they are fighting for. As journalists, we have to look into. We have the objectionable look into matters completely to aid the public in understanding what people we write about in some cases to whom money is donated. The money King raised came after he held up a sign reading "Bush Light supply needs replenished." It was Venmo username. On ESPN's Calls Game Day program earlier this month, money poured in, and after buying one case, he decided to donate the rest to the University of Iowa's Stead Family Children's Hospital. Anheuser-Busch and Venmo promised to match whatever he raised. Bushman also promised to send him a year's supply of beer with cans in his name and face on them. An illustrative mail. No way I was good. No way I promise. I was a good boy, I promise. Exit out on that one. I wonder what they would have said if the guy had instead decided to donate to an anti-racism charity or something. Actually, I don't know. Would they have accepted it? I don't think they would have accepted it. They probably would have said, no, he's a racist, so no. Anheuser-Busch spokesperson Matt Cohen told CNN on Wednesday the company would still donate more than $350,000 to the hospital as promised, but they're rescinded his beer offering instead. They'll only add the value of the year's supply to his donation. Carson King had multiple social media posts that did not align with our values as a brand and company. As a company, we will have no further association with him. Even though he probably bought you a lot of free advertising, though. But and the controversy hasn't stalled donations, though. King told the Post Tuesday he still planned to raise $2 million for the hospital. I'm glad that Bush and Vim are still matching the donations and that we can continue to make a difference to the hospital. When I say $1.5 million in donations, I'm happy that we keep helping the families of the hospitals. Venmo did not respond to a CNN request for comment. Reached Wednesday evening, the University of Iowa State Families Hospital said it would not be a single statement this time, though. Last week, University of Iowa healthcare spokesman Tom Muir told CNN the hospital was coordinating in time for King to bring lost my place now. Fucking. Where the fuck was this time? King to bring the donation over in the present check in early October. On Wednesday, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds recognized King for all the money he raised, saying a proclamation declaring Saturday as Carson King Day. They would have just said he was pretending to care about racism when he is a cis white male and therefore inherently racist. Probably. You make a mistake in your life and you go on to do amazing things, she tweeted. And Carson King too. Thank you for reminding us of that. Hashtag Iowa proud. Cryptic, I'm not a black man, I'm the whitest person here.
trucker, we lost to Scotty.
Uh-oh.
I was scrolling through Twitter, just mind my own business. I come back, I like clicked back over for a second, and Scotsman was gone.
I go back and kick.
He's back.
I was gonna say it just happened.
No, Tom, I'm back. I'm back. Also, they weren't telling them to
Pretty
survive
good.
quality of life. It seems they push abortions, trans kids, and give them anxiety and depression over the world ending. No, Cryptic, you didn't make me do that. A lot of times, Scotsman failed to kick people off his stream, yeah, I'm honest. If they needed me to... When they needed me, he managed to eat himself. There was never once where I've kicked several people off my... I've kicked like one or two people, too. They know who they are.
Oh, that reminds me, something very rare happened. In like the capitalized Rinchno state, someone actually got blocked permanently.
Yeah, isn't that Doug Griffin's thing?
Yeah. Basically, in his chat, you can do whatever, just no doxing. One rule.
So Scully is so raged he kicked himself. Who doxed?
I don't remember. So it was some stock account. So
Yeah, I know it's Tonga. I know it's fucking Tonga's been doing a lot of streams about him recently. He always seems to be either streaming about him or AP. It's always either one of the two, isn't it?
actually, Viable Ninja was blocked for a second after one of his wrench beatings, but Docon blocked him.
Cop set on diversity, of course, because he was heard saying women are mental.
Truth.
So
Not wrong.
he was setting the diversity course because facts. I've mentioned the commentary because I've been busy during the day. I find it fucking boring because, and also I'm still banned from his chat. Annoyingly,
Who's chat?
I'm banned by Tonga. You fucking arsehole. Yeah, I usually find the chat in those anything goes but doxing streams, and the chat's barely even worth looking at unless it's the one stream one.
Most of the chat is pretty nice, unless someone like freaking Viable Ninja shows up, then it turns to shit.
Speaking the truth, get you put in diversity classes. Welcome to 1984. Yes,
Hey, Scott,
We have
Yeah,
always
yeah.
been at war with East Asia.
Yes.
So we have always been at war with East Asia.
Yeah, 2 + 2 = 5.
So, Scotsman, did that glove fit?
Yes. Any distractors must go. We, the proletariat, do not have any rights. I know Thomas got into trouble for suggesting only attractive women would be recruited as detectives. No, Jack did it for someone else, although he hasn't been around here for a while.
Well, he was alive in 1890, so... Oh, wait, no. Isn't there a Gulf City Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, Jack T. Ripper. He hasn't been around here for a while. Another police told staff they got into trouble for allegedly racist slurs, including one who told a colleague he would fit in at an Indian takeaway. Only my real name is Ho J. Simpleton.
Truth.
Oh, that's a good name for an alt account, though. Although I think Green Furnace will be going to get to there before me with that one.
Yeah, no, screw that. I've got enough.
I'm saving that one for later then. Freedom of information. A Freedom of Information probe into police forces revealed a string of complaints and sexist and racist comments, which I've seen officers hit with disciplinary hearings. Right, apparently, I thought Scotland was involved in Diana's death. Wasn't he the limo driver? Yes, Red Feather. I was a limo driver when I was 1 year old. Yeah, I was a very bright kid.
No wonder it crashed.
Yeah, I was 1 year old, man. Difficult to do when you're only one.
You know, but even at 1 year old, he was so drunk he had tunnel vision.
Yeah, I was born drunk.
Aren't all Scottish?
Yeah. Police officers caught out making discriminatory comments have also been given final warnings and sent on diversity courses to teach them the error of their ways. You don't disagree with the state, therefore we must indoctrinate you into believing our own shit. Established that one police officer got in trouble for saying I suppose I'll have to put my stand vest on today for the first 7 months, seeing as I'm in Birmingham and it's going to be full of ethnics. It's full of ethnics. No comment. No comment. Yeah, if Scotty was involved, he would have been failed airbags. I think you're horrible. I'm going to disavow you for that. Another officer from the same force ended up in hot water for saying there's only one reason why women have tongue pieces. Really, he ended up in trouble for that. I don't understand how the hell he ended up getting in trouble for that. Can someone please tell me? This is stupid.
Probably sexual assault, misconduct, or however you want to call it.
Probably. The case in Essex saw an officer a written warning after they said, I don't understand why foreigners apply for the job when they can't even speak English. Again, he's not wrong. If you can't speak the language, then you shouldn't be applying for jobs in a country that speaks that language. And besides Lizzie Borden, we women haven't done our fair share of axe murder. No, but you have done your fair share of murders in general, though. In Devon and Cornwall, there were 4 cases of sexism where the Mazen took action, including one where the officer said, it's easy, like to have really fit women. That's a compliment, isn't it? Saying the women look good. Leicestershire Police saying the officer on a diversity course after the women are mental vibe. Yes, see, because you must learn the ways of the state. If you go against the state, you must be taught diversity lessons. You must be put in a course where you must learn the right ways and learn the truth. Only the state knows the truth. And then the action will be thrown out. In Hertfordshire, an officer was warned after posting what was considered a racist comment on social media. Well, in the West Midlands, an officer got a final written warning for a sexist comment. Yeah, Charles Morrison, no one's going to dox you. Cryptic said he'd bang himself. Cryptic, are you one of those weird people that wanks over themselves, are you?
No. If you clone yourself and then fuck yourself in the ass, it's not gay. That's just masturbation.
Yeah, okay. West Yorkshire Police.
It's really sad that he's actually thought that out.
I absolutely do not have a cloning machine in the barn. No one look.
Charles Morrison's real name is Tom. No, it's Bob. He's really Bob Tomchan. He's Cryptic's son.
So that cloning machine in the barn, is it like that one from the movie The Prestige? where, all of a sudden you're cloned, you bend yourself over, rail yourself some, and then drop you in a tank of water to die before you can go to the cops.
Basically, the only problem is there a squirrel got in one time, and that was it turned into some sort of fly thing. Like, seriously, that was messed up.
To be fair, people tend to find it all, people tend to find it if you wank over. People it can be awkward, especially on the train. But, are you on some sort of register or something? Like whenever you move into a certain area, you have to tell people you're on a register. And good thing's now Bob Tom's on. Well, who's Bob Tom? Is he just some weird guy that thinks he's you? I expect nothing better when I'm on public transit. That's because you're probably the one doing it, Mandy. Why does my chat always end up just going straight into fucking degeneracy every single fucking stream?
Not my fault.
No, I think it's everyone's fault at this point. I help facilitate it, which is fine. Yeah. West Yorkshire Police issued a final written warning to an officer who made racist comments about the shooting of black people in the US. And sorry, it was claimed that one officer told another, "Don't worry about your color," because they won't see you out there. It's called a joke. Bit of a cross joke. Because you allow it to take back control. What's the point? I just let everything flow. I want to have a staring contest with Scott Spoon. I want to have blue eyes and 2 autism. Probably. Always suspected, but never actually been tested for that. But a lot of people think so, and therefore maintaining eye contact is an absolute pain in the goddamn arse. So, yeah. Can we pee on your bench, Scotty? We can stand in line and pee on whoever turtle will lose. No, you can't. If they're not on YouTube's right now, Scotsman, or you would have been shut down a long time ago. Exactly. Yeah. Can't even disagree. And the Bernie is my bumble, okay. I can be that scalp porn to you, Mandy. They went on to make a comment about them fitting in at an Indian takeaway. Misconduct hearings against the officer were eventually not proven. One of the 7 officers who were sacked with racist or sexist behaviour were from the Lancaster police force. One each was actually from Devon and Cornwall, Greater Manchester and Northumbria. The Independent Office for Police Complaints, IOPC, said it logged a total of 1,668 complaints of discriminatory behaviour against forces last year, a rise of 3% in the previous 12 months. I think they always like put reward to rise, but seeing stuff like this goes down, they never say anything about it, do they? It's the kind of thing that's not going to ever stay consistent. It's always going to fluctuate each year, isn't it?
Yep.
And plus, when more and more fucking ridiculous hate speech laws get added and stuff, it's become more and more vague as to what you can actually say and what say when people get offended about fucking anything. Naturally, complaints are going to go up anyway, so yeah. That's why I never take things like this seriously anymore. People get offended by the most fucking ridiculous shit. Of these 181, including 27 serious disciplinary offences, were subjected to special requirements. Rebecca Hilson-Raff, Chief Executive at the Equality and Human Rights Commission. Why does such a thing even need to exist? There's no place in any no place for any part of our society for. Gratuitously racist and sexist language via the police force, which is working to eliminate discrimination and bring good relations. It's disappointing to find that instead of this, we actually hold on to these damaging views. And apparently there's a link in the chat for Green Thunder.
In a minute.
Ew. It's some kind of degenerate porn or something.
Somebody reprogrammed a billboard to play porn.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh, I had that one for later. Andy, ruining things. I don't know.
I would like to say it wasn't me. I'm not that good with technology.
From what I understand about a lot of those billboards, reprogramming them is not hard. It's actually quite easy. The problem is physically getting up to the place to reprogram it.
Oh, that definitely rolls me out. I don't even get out of the house.
Yeah, well.
Well, technically, I need
Scotty,
to phrase that.
Scream
I won't
Labs.
leave the property.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take it in a minute. I'll roll my cigarette first. This is the thing we do here. That's right. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, no, it's the boring story on the billboard. I think a Green Thunder, then it probably would have blown up or something. I call fire. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Streamlabs to load then. Streamlabs dashboard. I should we just get their alert box back, but I never expect to get that much donations. Yeah. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £3. I opinionate Scotsman. If you're not one, not two, not three, but a whole fist up my ass. Okay, thank you, Cryptic.
I did not know that about you, Scotsman.
Yeah, it's going to be 25 minutes of sexually harassing Scotsman, yeah. Man, do you do that already off stream anyway? Not even live. Well, to be honest, I'm not complaining, but still. Anyway, moving on, I guess. I could be saying he loves me. Well, thank you, Cryptic. Saying at least someone knows.
Tom, I think the problem is Scotty's not that tight anymore.
I've been stalking Scotty for months now. I even know his poo schedule. He's very regular, FYI. I think everyone knows my fucking shit schedule. It's a shit before the shower in the morning, and then it's a shit before the stream at night. If you really want to know. National minimum wage to be raised to £10.50 for everyone over 21. So Saudi Jabir has announced an increase in national minimum wage of £10.50 to 2024. This may be controversial, but this doesn't fucking work. What's going to happen now is just going to make things more expensive. due to arbitrarily raising the price of labor. Meaning it now costs more to reduce things, meaning the things that they cost more to make up for the cost that you just left. Yeah. There's your economics lesson for the day. It's called supply and demand. Well, kind of. He also said he would expand the reach of the mandatory minimum wage to cover all workers over the age of 21 down from the present 25. Well, what you're going to do there is you're going to stop young people you're going to increase youth unemployment there then. The reason why jobs for young people wages is because of the fact they don't have experience. Therefore, they're less valuable to the market. Why, right, Feather?
You ever notice that when they raise the minimum wage, everything else goes up?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because they have to make up for the costs.
Yeah. And all that does is put the mom and pops out of business because they can't afford to pay people.
Yep.
Kind of the point of why a lot of stores do it. Just saying.
Yep.
Why a lot of them places are in favor of raising the minimum wage.
And this in turn actually means there's more unemployment because less people losing their jobs.
Then they have to raise taxes to support the ones that lost their jobs.
And crypto's going to go for a line by the sounds of it. Okay. Fair enough. Right, make sure to leave your microscope turned on, though. Yeah, he said over the next 5 years, we'll make the UK the first major economy in the world to end low pay altogether. Mr. Javid set a new target for the national minimum wage, raising it to match 2/3 of median earnings, giving 4 million young people a well-earned pay rise. And the previous national minimum wage was set at £8.21 for those 25 and over, and £7.70 for ages 21 to 24. Currently for those between 18 and 20, rate is at £6.50. 15, sorry. Yeah, and the reason being is because young people usually end up getting lower paid jobs because they have less experience. They want money, they're going to have to spend a few years working their way up and get more money.
All I got to say right now and about that is if it was a well-deserved pay raise, you would need government force to do it.
Yeah, they would have gotten a pay raise. They would have got a promotion or something.
Mm-hmm.
So then they would have got a pay raise. So yeah, not going to spend too long on that, but yeah, minimum wages don't work. If you want to know why, I'll tell you why.
I remember my first job, I got paid $1.65 an hour.
Yeah, my first job was delivering papers. Got about £15 a week.
Yeah, I delivered papers, but I'm talking about a paying job.
I'll tell you, that was definitely a paying job, yeah. I guess the second, proper, all-day job would have been working in a farm when I collected daffodils.
Yeah.
You got paid for picking flowers.
Well, I say flower bulbs, actually. And basically, you had to fill, you got paid based on how many boxes you filled.
Uh-huh.
So there was, big boxes, and if you fill the big box, you got £20. So basically, you work hard, you get more money. I was making like £60 a day doing that job.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, 17. I was only 17 at the time as well, so there, it's not too bad. Villagers dig trenches to stop travelers taking over children's playgrounds and sports pitches. Furious villagers are turning to trench warfare in an attempt to stop travelers setting up a camp in a park. The parish council has dug deep trenches around the sports fields and children's playground in Swantham Baalbek near Cambridge. Villagers have moved grounds of soil and more than a dozen metre long thick logs to block off streets in an attempt to block 16 caravan and vans visiting the grounds. Oh yeah, I mean, there you go somewhere else, I guess. Councillor Matthew Shinner said the travellers obviously Cambridge recommended this method as the best way to stop the travellers. And the civil action the travellers left, and we want to make sure they don't come back again. There's a very easy access point where they do not have any defences around them. There have any offences around the green, so the parish council needed to do something. It caused a lot of aggravation in the village. Schools used the grounds, so the travellers were very problematic. Actually, I remember one of them set up like in some random field in my town, and they made an absolute mess. Like there wasn't even some random field; it was like some random park, basically. They all decided one day they were just going to live there for a bit. And they were there for ages. Yeah. You don't really have them over there. You don't really have gypsies over in America.
Not for a long time.
Because I guess the closest thing you would have would be like people who live in trailer parks.
There were like nomadic clans, I guess you can call them, for a while in the U.S. They're not as. I mean, I'd have to assume there's still some around, but
not very many.
Not very many, or not well known.
Yeah. These extreme measures come after two groups of travellers set up camp on the sports pitches. The parish council filed an eviction notice on November 7th after 7 caravans and vans pitched up in the field. I think I remember last year actually there was one near me because there's a coastal road near me. A lot of them just set up camp just at the side of the road. And apparently someone came in and smashed their caravan doors and stuff. Smashed their caravan windows and car windows and stuff. And I think they just left their caravan there. Yeah.
Yep. Mandy, I wouldn't say Grateful Dead fans. They kind of all scattered to the wind when Jerry died.
And the parish council filed an eviction notice on the 7th of September after 7 caravans and vans pitched in the field. Only 7. I've seen a lot worse than that. 2 weeks later, a large group of 9 caravans arrived and set up a second camp. Bransfield, I just need to say every time I cough, lightning shoots out my ass. Okay, fair enough. Enjoy your rage. Once they left the parish council, which owns the green, took matters into their own hands. They dug up trenches and villagers moved logs to way up to attempt to stop travellers returning. Although the park is an eyesore at the moment, I thought wildflowers were growing in the trenches. But then won't they just, if they're that desperate to stay there, won't they just trample over the flowers? That seems like a meat point. Why don't they just build a fence or something? But yeah, why didn't they just build a fence?
Because they dumb.
Because they'll give them something to hang their dirty laundry on.
No, but if they wanted to stop driving their vans and caravans in there, then why didn't they just build a fence and have like a little gate so the kids can still get in the park and stuff?
Because apparently, yeah, like I said, they dumb.
That's government for you.
It's government. Remember, the whole thing with government is walls don't work.
Yeah, but it's
Except
not
Or
all.
is that just this? Is that just this government?
And Cambridgeshire Council. That's what it is. Yeah, one of the all the villages across Cambridgeshire have taken similar action as there are now only 10 legal sites for travellers. Yeah. Well, if you built a fence, that would have been a lot easier, wouldn't it? Couldn't you just build a fence? Is it difficult for you?
Listen, hard labor is hard.
And this is the article that was alluded to earlier. I'm still going to blame. I said no, I'm not going to blame Green Thunder for this, actually. A hardcore porn video was aired on a digital billboard overlooking a Michigan interstate for 30 minutes after two people are seen breaking into a shed to hack the computer. Two people have been arrested after the pornographic video was broadcast on a digital billboard overlooking a Michigan interstate.
And what was the video?
I think if I was to show it, I'd probably get the stream taken down.
If it was me, I would have probably posted like just a billboard with all our channel names on it.
I wish I endorse someone doing that. Actually, please do that if you live in a populated area or a very high traffic road. Please hack a billboard or something. It says subs opinionated talk when I'm on it. Yeah, I can do with all the subs and views I can get right now.
If you have a dry erase marker and access to a whiteboard, just go ahead and put sub to whoever on it.
It was Green Thunder in the shed with the hacksaw ring. Okay. Auburn Hills police apprehended two suspects on Monday who were seen breaking into a shed where the computer system was housed. The porn video was shown on a giant screen over Interstate 75 near Detroit for about 30 minutes on Saturday night before being taken down. So I just took them this fucking long, though. Multiple motorists called 911 to report the explicit presence, which appeared at around 11 p.m. Thank Christ it wasn't vomit sausage. Is vomit sausage worse than Green Thunder when it comes to that kind of thing? Officers arrived on the scene within minutes and contacted the company who owns the billboard about removing the images. Police said the parties responsible would have faced misdemeanor charges, but the crime was upgraded to a felony after investigators found surveillance footage of the break-in. Suspects' names have not been released. It is unclear how many drivers passed by the sign or whether any children witnessed the pornography. Chuck Mayphone described the obscene site to some fucking TV channel, saying I thought it may have been an advertising for a strip club. That's a very good advertising, though, sir.
Actually, I just saw some. I think Auburn Hills is somewhere like in the Detroit area.
So Chadwick. I blame Chadwick. I think Twitch is trying to spam me. It's trying to spam me the stream. I got open on my second stream. I just started turning on the volume. I'm turning its own volume up. What the fuck? Okay. Are you watching two streams at once? It was very bizarre. Miss Mayfun said. I was looking up and I was like, oh, wow, that's porn. Dr. Justin Kamano drove by, signing on his way home from dinner. You don't see that every day. You kind of see people start to break a lot behind me because they think they were doing the same thing, like a double take. I had Twitch turned way down. I assume someone hacked it right away. And this reports incorrectly claimed that the billboard was owned by Outfront Media. They're later confirmed to be owned by, operated by Triple Communications. But suddenly start hearing gunfire. Wait, you like to have videos of... Actually, probably a video game. Never mind, it's fucking retarded. Ignore that comment. Police officials say the company, cooperating with investigators. Yeah, don't show porn on your thing. Moving on. Speaking of porn,
I didn't do it.
yeah, well, to be fair, it's not all video games on Twitch, Peter. I've seen other things. British man 16 dies in an Italian sex shop while watching porn in a private booth. Tell you what, there's worse ways to go out. I can think of a lot worse ways to go out. A British tourist has died while watching porn in a sex shop in Italy, according to reports. A 61-year-old is suspected to have suffered a heart attack in a private booth near Margera, near Venice. Margera, near Venice on Friday afternoon. The unnamed man had cycled up, paid €5 for a 50-minute video, and shot himself in one of the rooms. He must have had a fucking fun 15 minutes, I'll tell you that. What a public way to go. I mean, there's worse ways to go out. I mean, but the owner, Franco Guarani, grew worried when the customer did not reappear and went to find him collapsed on the floor. Like how the sex shop was just called Sexy Shop. It's just like, don't even be the fucking discreet or nothing. Just literally just say what you are. Here. Why is it in English? Mr. Gurney said the Brit seemed quiet and perhaps tired when he arrived, but he did not seem on the brink of death. I mean, he must have really went hard in there. That's probably why.
When you beat your meat so good, you pass away.
I don't know. I gotta guess the man had shot himself in one of the booths by switching the red light on, indicating busy. Is this kind of how they get away with public wanking? Is it just ensure it's in a private booth? The owner called emergency services when doctors arrived. They tried to resuscitate the man, but it was too late. I think he did tenderize himself. And press F.
Okay, so nobody's gonna say it. Fine, I will. I bet you he didn't know if he was coming or going. Okay.
Turns out he was both.
Yep.
He was coming, then he was coming, then he was gone.
Tucker, I think I'm actually going to do this for you.
Thank you.
Hopefully he came before he went. If he didn't, all that was for nothing then.
Yeah.
Ouch.
He came, he seen, he did not conquer his domain. It's suspected he suffered a heart attack in the booth, according to Italian media. Mr. Garone said he had never seen the man before. The ground floor business advertised itself on a shop window as a sexy shop featuring single-seater cinemas. Single-seater cinemas.
But what if you want?
Well,
two
I suppose
people
it
in
could be. I suppose it could be worse. It could be one of them booths with a glory hole in it. You know, instead they find him hanging there like a thumbtack.
Well, a heart attack would be a hard-on killer, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
we finished the job then on his heart attack at least.
What the hell channel is he on?
Is the jerk shop now haunted by an old pervert? So we haunted by several old perverts.
Tom, I've had a bell. I just don't use it because that is Mr. Misanthropic's job.
Well, you can't ever get him on here at this time of day. He's always BSing around somewhere.
He's probably elbow deep in a tranny again.
Yeah.
He's either at the gym or he's at work or something, or he's at college or something. I don't know.
That's what he tells us, but I agree with Thunder on this one.
Or he's asleep. Hey, Black Virginia 6th grader who claimed white classmates cut off today's made-up story. A 6th grader who claimed 3 of her white classmates calmed her down and cut off her dreadlocks and now saying she knows the entire story. Of course they were, but you don't listen and believe in all that. Imani Allen, an African-American 12-year-old who attends Emmanuel Christian School in Springfield, a private school where Second Lady Karen Brown teaches art. Before alleged the incident last week, she told several media outlets that 3 boys at our school pinned her down and cut off her hair. And local police opened an investigation. And actually, what's the age of criminal responsibility in America, actually?
I do know you can get sent to juvenile for murder. I'm not sure.
The which
Like,
one now?
could she theoretically get charged for wasting police time because that's what she did here? That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering that now. Like, is the age of criminal responsibility by state, or is it just like a federal thing?
As long as it was all happened in Virginia, it's a Virginia thing.
Yeah. So what's the age of criminal responsibility in Virginia then?
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if she can still. I wonder if she can get charged for wasting police time. That's what I'm wondering.
If it include what?
I'm saying I'm wondering if she could get charged for wasting police time.
Not federally.
Oh, like by the state, so like could like a court in Virginia theoretically charge her for wasting police time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virginia, that'd be a false statement charge. It wouldn't be any. Honestly, it wouldn't be anywhere near. I think false statement in Virginia is a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So it's like up to $1,000 fine and up to a year in prison. The problem is, the thing that's bad about it is, how much would those kids have been? How long would those kids faced if they had actually been charged and found guilty of it based on her lie? I think that she should be. That's how long she should be looking at.
Yeah. They should get her for defamation of character.
Or for wasting police time.
Well, that's the false report.
Investigation.
That's the false report thing. See,
Yep.
There's the thing. The false reporting is a misdemeanor. It's up to a year. I mean, I think if these kids if the kids that she's sitting there saying did this, we're looking at up to 10 years. That's what she should be looking at 10 years.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but 10 years with just cutting off someone's hair. A bit more, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. It'd be a stretch, but the well, shit, help me out here, Crappy. False imprisonment, false imprisonment, assault, battery, all with hate crime modifiers.
Yeah. Well, depends on if they charge them with false imprisonment or kidnapping.
Yeah, I think false imprisonment would actually be more of a possibility because they didn't actually move her anywhere once they restrained her.
Yeah, it just said
Yeah,
that
that's false imprisonment, and it could be considered kidnapping too.
well, he said that they
But there-
couldn't cut off her hair, so well, that's
Yeah,
so I see. I do think that was a good president to say that, like, charge the person with the crime that they claim they did.
yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea. They just have to stop it. And they said my hair was nappy and I was ugly. They put my hands over my mouth. They put my hands behind my back. They started cutting my hair, saying it was ugly. The girl's grandmother said when she was doing Amani's hair one day, she realized portions of her dreadlocks were missing. When the girl told the story, it was like she just died. That's how painful it was for me. The girl's grandmother said after she made the allegations. Her grandmother said, her grandfather said his heart just broke like he was paralyzed, English. I don't speak it. Paralyzed. You know what that word is. Yeah. Fucking hell. Paralyzed. There we go. Said it. At that point, never mind. Well, Monday, her family released a statement saying the accusations made by the 12-year-old had been fabricated. The old man was probably getting flashbacks from the real racism when he was a kid and all this made-up crap. Yep. But on Monday, her family released a statement saying to those young boys and their parents, we sincerely apologize for the pain and anxiety caused. Said in a statement from the girl's grandparents obtained by the Washington Post. To the administrators and families of Emmanuel Christian School, we are sorry for the damage this incident has done. And within the family, from the school family, and the undue scorn brought to the school. To the broader community who railed against such positive support for our daughter, we apologize for betraying your trust. Yeah, it was like the boy who cried wolf, though, isn't it? What he has now done is now basically said to the rest of her. He's now basically said, well, if something really bad happens to her, you know, in life, they're going to then bring this back up and say, well, you lied then, so how am I supposed to believe you now? That's what you've done. Finally, they understand there'll be consequences and we're prepared to take responsibility for them. We know it'll take 10 now and we hope the boys, their families, the school, and the broader community will be able to give us in time. The school generated a statement said we can confirm that the student who accused her of 3 classmates of assault has acknowledged the allegations were false. We're grateful to the Fairfax County Police Department for their diligent work to investigate these allegations, wrote Stephen E. Danish, head of school. While we're relieved to hear the truth and bring these events of the past days to a close, we also feel tremendous pain for the victims and the hurt on both sides of the conflict. I mean, hurt on both sides of the conflict. She lied. Why do you feel sorry for her? She fucking lied. I don't care if she's fucking 12 years old. She fucking lied. So I feel sorry for the ones that got accused of it. I wonder what her motivation was. I wonder if she was bullied. Given the range, I wonder if, I don't know, maybe it's brainwashing or something from outside sources, I guess. I don't know. You recognise it now we enter a long season of healing. 12-year-old WNC reported as a straight-A student and violin player who attended the private Christian school since kindergarten. Oh, you should have done it, should you? Shit, sorry. They may do that. Where are we going? Let's see. I'm never going to blame Green Thunder for this one. Women arrested after asking a friend to look after a box containing embarrassing sex toy collection after it turned out it could contain a human head.
That is the most interesting sex toy I've ever seen or heard of.
A woman in Spain has been arrested after leaving a box containing a rotted human head with a friend to look after while police searched her home. The gruesome discovery was made when the unsuspecting woman was told the box contained sex toys and her friend did not want the police to find them during the raid. That man had one of those sex toys. She reportedly handed the box over to her pal ahead of a police search of her home in Castro, Foren in northern Spain, following the voluntary disappearance of her partner, claiming she did not want to be embarrassed. And I'm following this though. No, I don't want to look your toe hairs, Cryptic. My friend called police after opening the container because of a bad smell and discovered the severed head. It's believed it has been in the flat since April. Fucking hell. The woman, identified locally as a 61-year-old named only by her first name and the initial of her surname, Carmen M. Police are looking to identify who the head belongs to, but local media are reporting Carmen's 67-year-old partner vanished in February. No, I don't want the vitamin D in your the woman who made the gruesome discovery had retreated for a panic attack, according to local media. She lives in the same town as the woman being questioned by police at the seaside resort of Castro Foren near Santander. A court in the town is investigating the macabre discovery. A spokesman for the civil guard at HQ in Santander confirmed. No, Cryptic. The woman has been arrested following the discovery of a human head in a box in Castro Foren. Another woman raised the alarm after opening the box and discovering what was inside. Civil guard are understood to have raced to the flat in the town building where the box had been left on Saturday. Just a ploy, just like let's just give it to this person and just run away. Basically, that's what they did. We'll get rid of her. It's not immediately clear how long it's been in the property. The man who disappeared in February is believed to be Spanish and has not been named. Tests are now taking place to confirm whether he is the person the head belongs to. And the next suspected film, which I assume follows the same thing as this. Might just carry on until the hour, actually.
You got enough news stories for that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I always have way more news stories than I actually need.
Crap. I meant to bring something up that when that porn thing was on screen. Sort of, kind of. While I was looking through mods, I found out that you can actually get a mod for New Vegas where everyone is actually naked. You will not be seeing that tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on my channel.
Pussy.
Peter, we went overtime yesterday as well. And I said, I'm going to go for Bloodwing, actually. So, someone Kai this week. I went for Bloodwing.
Well, I've already said all I have to say. Let's see.
Hey, trucker.
Go.
I think that's what he's afraid of. If he sees one, he ain't gonna be able to play.
I'd rather not get taken down by YouTube.
That's where he gets wanks himself into a heart attack.
Yep.
His mama was gonna find him on the court, or his mama's gonna find him laying on the couch. Every part except for that one part limp.
Uh,
And old
We ain't
Thunder will be
getting no-
dead with a smile on his face.
yeah. He ain't commenting, so it must be true.
I thought about installing it and playing it offline and then disabling it when I go live, but I did not. I'm having enough issues with the current mod list I have. Stupid, not like the room's not actually being there, but you can still walk. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's not there, but it is there. You just can't see it.
Do what?
Basically, it is there, but the texture didn't load, so you can see through the map.
I'm back. Over that.
Okay.
But
I
that's
have
the
your
risk you
conversation.
do when you mod.
There you go. There you go.
It could be worse.
Teacher
I still
said-
remember watching somebody play some game with a room full of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
What?
There
Well,
is
I-
actually
Thunder's talking about a mod. Thunder's talking about a mod for his Fallout game where everybody's naked, and I'm just sitting there remembering I've seen worse stuff, like somebody playing a game where all the bad guys look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Men.
you can get that in the Steam Workshop for Left 4 Dead 2, so all the zombies are rushing towards you as Stay Puft Marshmallow Men.
Teachers tried to normalize racist slur in famous book by talking like a rapper. Pupils at the Orchard School in Bristol were studying John Steinbeck's American classic Of Mice and Men. When the only black girl in the class became uncomfortable. A furious mum slammed their daughter's teacher after claiming he repeatedly read out a racist slur and tried to normalize it by talking like a rapper. The year 8 pupils were studying John Steinbeck's American classic Of Mice and Men in a recent English lesson in which the word nigger is repeatedly used. Well, it's a very old book. That's just what happens.
Hey, Crappy. Tell me about the rabbits, Crappy. Nothing. Ouch.
Yeah, we got a nice field full of rabbits, aren't we,
That
George?
makes you the mentally handicapped between Crappy and you.
hmm
No, because George was the smart one, and Lanny was the stupid one.
Right. That's why he was always telling me about the rabbits, George. There's always Lenny talking to George.
Yeah. Wow.
Anonymous parent claims their child was the only black girl in school. Let it be known she felt uncomfortable, so the teacher said she changed tack. Thing is, I had to read this book in school, but I don't ever remember there being the word nigger in it, though.
It might have been sanitized.
No, it was there. It was there at one point. Because it's something like the one black guy at the ranch. The one black guy at the ranch lived in a bunkhouse by himself. Something like back during slave days, I was in slave quarters or something, and Lenny befriended him.
Yeah, hello, little nigga.
Hey, Taduki, little.
You came at rather ironic time.
So, incidentally, one of my favorite phrases is El Negro Pistolas. You're welcome.
He says, well, okay, well, did you ever have to read the book of Mice and Men in school? Like, well, there's this black girl in one of the classrooms that is unhappy that it has the word nigger in it, even though it's a really old book. So, yeah. The mum claimed he began reading the N-word aloud in a style featured in rap songs, which did little to raise the 12-year-old's concerns. The mum, whose daughter attends Orchard School in Bristol, said after she mentioned he was trying to normalize it, instead of pronouncing ER at the end, he said GA.
They actually later found African American children chained up in his shed in his back 40. He was making them pick cotton.
This is so being said, but maybe trying to make it more hip. I believe my daughter was gay or anything was said homophobic, he would be treated a lot more seriously. No, I wouldn't. We're not trying to accuse him of being racist. I don't think he's being malicious, but I don't think he was talking to her seriously enough. I don't think you should instill someone's fear of a word. That doesn't do anything. What does that do? It's creates fear of a word.
Woof woof.
Yeah, you can just ignore it. And yeah, fucking neighbor's dog again. That's what it is, Landy. Fucking. My window's open and I can't be honest closing my window, so yeah. Yeah, the parents said her daughter's other English teacher who takes the class for half the lessons adopts the more preferable approach when reading the text. He said the other English teacher, they see the word and they leave it out just out of consideration for others. But then they must have had a really old. They must have been a really old version of the book though, because I swear I don't fucking remember seeing the word nigger in this book.
It was in there.
It might have been when I was in school and I had to read it. I don't remember reading it.
I mean, like Thunder said, it was probably a sanitized version of the book, but it was in there.
Yeah. But that's just how people spoke back then.
Yeah.
There's more background noise, please. That raised when I took my 12-year-old daughter out of school. and kept it off the next day, as she demanded an explanation from the authorities. She said she phoned up the school office and informed the receptionist about the nature of her complaint, in the hope of speaking to the teacher, but she said she was not given the opportunity. No, it's in there. I read it when you were still in nappies, though. No, actually, because you would have been about 12 or 13, so I would have just got out of nappies, actually, Peter. There you go. She said she phoned up the police and informed the receptionist about the nature of her complaint in the hope of speaking to the teacher, but says she was not given the opportunity. The parent said she was worried about the daughter's experience could be life-changing. Poison fears the girl would face a similar struggle to that which she has encountered. The parent says sometimes I feel like I live in a world where, because of the colour of my skin, I'm not being taken seriously. I didn't think my daughter would grow up the same way. Lily Hinscliffe, the daughter's teacher, released the following statement. She said, as a school with a vibrant, flourishing, and ethnically diverse community, we understand more than most that sensitive and important social issues arise in books like Of Mice and Men and many others, which have been taught in classrooms across the city and indeed the country for several decades. In this case, we fully understand but did not immediately fully address the parents' concerns, and we are reviewing how to deal with such complaints in the future. We have spoken to the parent in person on the phone, and we will continue to do so as we endeavour to resolve this. We also constantly review how teachers induce and teach important social issues which arise. What does Jamaican ball splitting have to do with this? In fact, our experience is that when we do teach in year 8, we see greater tolerance and less name calling. And the context of this book in the classroom is important. Of Mice and Men was written by John Steinbeck in 1937 and tells the tale of two typical migrant workers. It portrays the themes of poverty, sexism, and racism, as well as themes about life in the very purest of America at the time of the Great Depression. So yeah, it's a symbol of how America was in the 20s and 30s, and unfortunately, that means it's a bit racist in some ways.
Yep.
If you try and get rid of that, then what you're doing is you're getting rid of history. Essentially, aren't you? You're just trying to erase history there.
Yeah, you are, and yeah, those who forget it.
You know, that's just the way things were back then. You can't get rid of that. If anything, you should teach about it, because if anything, you can say, well, this is how things were then, and we progress on from that. And Of Mice and Men was a core text for the GCSE exam for many years until 2014, when all American texts were removed from the syllabus. History should be learned, never forgotten. Exactly. And you should also learn from it as well, so you don't, otherwise you're doomed to repeat it. Many schools will continue to teach this book as a text for younger students. We are not alone in the decision to retain the text. Steinbeck lived among minority ranch workers. The themes of the novel serve to highlight the injustice of society for minority groups. As a multicultural community, we feel that teaching the text may be useful in educating our young people about tolerance, racial prejudice, and empathy. We teach this in text so that we can learn from the mistakes of history. Exactly. So why try and change any of that then? You just need one person. And we chose not to censor the text by deleting it for an algorithm. We deny our students the The right to a full understanding of racial prejudice and the course of history. We teach the content. Stream is fucking up, so we decided to move here. Thing is, was your stream fucking up, or was it just the quality wasn't that great? Because the last time you ended, one of the streams I watched like a week ago or so, you ended it because the quality wasn't that great, but other than that, it was perfectly fine. So if I was you, I would have just kept going with it. Yeah. We teach the context of the novel as well as the cruel racism and the cruel racism of the language in both before and after the reading the offensive scenes. Steinbeck wrote, "Of Mice and Men" was to expose the racism of the time. So he teach the novel to continue this message. The book, which tells the story of migrant ranch workers during the Great Depression of America, contains liberal use of offensive language. Yeah, but you know, my feels, I guess. Some people just get offended by things. I guess we just bullshit for likes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well then.
I seriously need to figure. Well, tomorrow's the 1st, so I should get my disability. So I should just. I found a headset on Amazon Prime that I'm just gonna try to get my mom to order, or on Amazon.
Yeah, is your thing fucking up, is it?
Well, the headset, the actual earphones, I can't hear you guys, and with these earbuds, they are missing the rubber, so it is kind of uncomfortable.
Wait, so what mic are you using then? Are you just using your standard built-in mic?
I believe it would be the one connected to the headset, or the built-in. 1 second. Yeah, it looks like it's the earpiece mic, because I just tapped it.
Does that mean you can't stream then? Technically.
No, it's just going to be uncomfortable for me to stream. Have you ever had an earbuds in without the rubber?
Yeah, it's usually pretty uncomfy.
You hear that, ladies? Thunder doesn't use rubbers.
Okay, now this one's acting up.
Anyway, shilling time, so shill your stuff. Anyone else?
I just dropped my mouse. So tomorrow's Tuesday, so that would be Fallout New Vegas. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet, but stop on by. It should be fun at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Pumpkin Trucker tomorrow, starting around noon, going to Silver Spring, Maryland.
Noon, why the late start?
Because let's be frank and honest with this story. I could show up at 6 o'clock and the damn thing wouldn't be ready. So might as well do it at a time where traffic's nice.
Don't get your hopes up.
I guess if you're lucky, you might get a bit extra sleep as well.
Yeah. I'm not that lucky.
Okay, so stream same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. You got a bunch of guns. Goodbye.
Bye.